Okay, hello everyone. This is your video for Monday, March 30th. Can you believe that we're almost done with March? Anyway, again, I'm not showing video of yourself because this weekend I have come down, well, not come down with, but my body's reacting to something and I have hives, and tonight it's gone up onto my neck and up onto my face. So hives are pretty itchy and they're pretty painful, but taking Benadryl and taking care of myself. I hope you guys are doing better. Anyway, today we're going to talk about how we divide decimal by whole numbers. So there's some process. You could draw out a quick picture. You can use those tools, but also we know how to divide using the algorithm. So I'm going to do a couple examples just using the algorithm. Okay, so 32 and 8/10 divided by 8. Okay, so I could draw out a picture and make 8 groups and give one each, but I think at this point that you're probably pretty good with just doing the algorithm. Okay, so again, when we divide, knock, 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 is dad scared? Yes, he is, so he goes to get mom, right? How many digits in our quotient? There's going to be 2 digits. We've got to place 2 digits above there. Okay, so 38 divided by 8 is 4. So I put my 4 up there. 4 times 8 is 32. Remember our family. Divide, dad, mom, multiply, sister, subtract, brother, bring down, and Rover is either our remainder or repeat. Okay, so I divided, I multiplied, and now I'm subtracting. 32 minus 32 is 0. Then I bring down the 8. And why is it a remainder? It's a remainder because we brought something down. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times 8 is 8. We subtract. Is there anything to bring down? There isn't, so we know we are done. Now, we divided by a whole number, so we don't have to, again, like multiplying, we just ignored the decimals, and now, because we have a whole number, our decimal goes straight up. So 32 and 8/10 divided by 8 is 4 and 1/10. Let's do one more together and then we'll get to your assignment because I don't think you need a whole lot more. So 415 and 2/10 divided by 24. Okay. Knock, knock, knock. Is dad scared? Yes, he is. So he goes and gets mom. Are they scared? Nope, they're now bigger. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3 digits in our quotient. Okay, now remember when we're dividing by a large number, if you just cover up, so about 41 divided by 2, actually 24, 41 divided by 24, the double is 48, so I know we can't even do 2, so I know it's going to be 1. So 1 times 24 is 24. Subtract. 11 minus 4 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. And my kids are going to come in here, so you're going to hear them talking if they come in. So, okay, so I subtracted. Now I need to bring down. So I'm going to bring down the 5. Okay, again, I'm going to 17 divided by 2-ish about is probably 8. So I can guess 8, but I'm thinking that that's going to be too high. So 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3. 8 times 2 is 16. Yep, I was right. Too big. Let's try 7. 24 times 7. 7 times 4 is 28. Carry the 2. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 2 is 16. That one works. So 168. So now I subtract. Can I take 8 from 5? I cannot. So 15 minus 8 is 7. Bring down the 2. Okay. And that would be 7 divided by 2 is about 3. Let's check 3. 24 times 3 is, look at that, 72. Oh, whoops, I forgot to put our 7 up there when we did that. So 72 divided by 24 is 3 and there is nothing to bring down, so we are finished. So again, we're dividing by a whole number, so our decimal just goes straight up. So we get 17 3/10. Okay. All right, let's move on then. I hope you've got 4 or 5 on your hands, fist to 5. Okay, I'm going to show you what this looks like, and then we'll go and see what it looks like on your assignment, okay? So it says some campers go out to collect water from a stream. They share the water equally among 8 campsites. How much water does each campsite get? Okay, so here's our whole 62 4/10 liters, and we want to divide it into 8 groups. So what are we going to do? Now, during this quick first part, it says to estimate the quotient. Okay, so we're dividing by 8. So we want to find a number because 6 cannot be divided by 8. So we've got to look at 62. Well, what is a compatible number? Compatible number that's 8 times something that gives us 62. Well, we know that it's 64, right? 8 times 8 is 64, but we have to have the 3 digits because we have 3 digits here. So really we have 640 tenths. This is 640 tenths divided by 8 equals, and then we get 8 tenths, 80 tenths, which 80 tenths is actually 8 wholes. So our estimate is 8 liters. Okay, so I'm going to quickly flip over here to our assignment online. So here we are, how much water, estimate the quotient. This will help you check to see if your answer is reasonable. So 6 liters, 480 tenths divided by 8 equals 60 tenths, or 6. 8 liters, we know we're 640 tenths divided by 8, and we know that is what we want because we made 640 tenths. Okay, and we know that that's our closest one. Okay, so then it says make a quick picture to show 8 equal groups, how much is given to each campsite. I'm going to flip us back here. Okay, so instead of making a quick picture, I just want to do the algorithm in there. So I'm going to do 62 4/10 divided by 8. Okay, knock, knock, knock. Is Dad scared? Yes, he goes to get Mom. So we're going to have 2 digits in our quotient. Okay, 62 divided by 8. Well, I know that 8 times 8 is 64, and that's too much. So I'm going to do 7 times 8, which is 56. I'm going to subtract. I cannot take 6 from 2, so I've got to regroup. So 12 minus 6 is 6. Bring down the 4. 64 divided by 8 is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. And there's nothing to bring down. And because we divided by a whole number, we can bring our decimal straight up. Okay? So how much water does each get? 7.8 liters. Now, I'm going to switch us back over to this assignment. Okay, and so in here we want to put 7.8 liters. But then there's a part C. Is your answer reasonable? And we talked about that. And reasonable means if we got 7.8, and look what I did. Be very, very careful. I put a comma, not a decimal. Okay, so is our answer, we said that the estimate would give us 8 liters. Well, is 7.7 8/10 close to 8? It sure is, so our answer is reasonable. Okay, so that's the question. Is your answer reasonable? So I need to do this drop-down menu and say yes, 7.8 liters is close to my estimate of 8 liters. Okay. So then looks like, I don't know if this is on yours, but I can check it there, and we got that right. And I can check it here, and we got that right. Okay, oh, and I can check it here, and I got that right. So, good. we did it correctly. Okay, I'm going to come back to our worksheet. And it says May runs the same distance 6 days each week. In 4 weeks, she runs 151 and 68 hundredths of a mile. How many miles does May run each day? So what do we need to find out? We need to find out how many miles May runs each day. Now, what information did they give us? They gave us that she runs 6 days each week. They also gave us that in 4 weeks, she runs 151 miles and 6,800 miles. Okay, so am I going to just divide this number by one of these numbers? No, because we have to find out each day, that word each, okay? So right now, how could we find out how many days did she run to get this many miles? Well, we have 6 days each week, and she ran for 4 weeks. So we know that we can do 6 times 4 equals 24. So it was 24 days that she actually ran this distance, okay? So that's what we need to do to divide. We need to divide 151 and 68 hundredths, okay? So I've got some space up here, so I'm going to do it right here. So 151 and 68 hundredths divided by 24. Okay, knock, knock, knock. Boyfriend's 24 feet tall. Dad's 1 foot tall. Is he scared? Yes, he goes to get mom, and now they're 15 feet tall, but boyfriend's still 24 feet. So, yep, now he's got to go get sister, and now we know that they're good. So, how many digits in our quotient? There'll be 3 digits in our quotient. Okay, so I'm going to take and look. Oh, 24 and 15 is about 7. But I know that 7 times 4 gives me 28, so that 2 is going to carry over. So I'm thinking that that might be too large. So I'm going to start with 24 times 6. And 4 times 6 is 24. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. Ah, that one works. And I know it's not the next one because 2 plus 4 is 6. And so that's going to give us 1 too high. So that was a good guess. So then that's 144. I cannot take 4 from 1. So I go and regroup. So 11 minus 4 is 7. Bring down the 6. These are 0, 0. Okay. So 76. So about that. 7 divided by 2 is 3. So I'm going to try 3. So 24 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 72. Ah, that works. So 3 times 24 is 72. So I subtract. 6 minus 2 is 4. Bring down the 8. Okay. Well, I know that 24's double is 48. So 48 divided by 24 is 2. 2 times 24 is, 48. And there's nothing to bring down. So we've ignored the decimal, but now that we divided by a whole number, we know the decimal goes straight up. So I know that she ran 6 32 hundredths of a mile each day. Okay, so let's flip over to our assignment real quick and see if there's anything that we need to be aware of. Nope, so we just put in the answer. Okay, we're going to look at 3. And then the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 answers, you're just going to be dividing. Okay, so 46 and 5/10 divided by 5. Is it going to come out evenly? It ends in a 5. That gives us our clue. All right, so I'm going to go back to my camera here. Okay, I'm going to do these 2 with you, and then I'm going to leave you to do these 4 on your own. Okay, so knock, knock, knock. Is Dad scared? Yes, he is. So he goes and gets mom. So I have 2 digits in my quotients. 46 divided by 5. Well, 9 times 5 is 45. Bring down the 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. Nothing to bring down, and my decimal goes straight up. Okay, I've ran out of room, so I'm going to do this one on paper. 92 3/10 divided by 13. Knock, knock, knock. His dad's scared. He goes and gets mom, so I'm going to have 2 digits in my quotient. Okay, oh, this one's probably just going to have to kind of guess and check. Okay, so 9 I think is going to be too many because it's going to give me too much to carry over. Let's try 8. 8 times 3 is 24, so 4, carry the 2. Oh, look at that. Too big. So I'm going to try 7. 21. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9. That one works. So 7 times 13 is 91. 2 minus 1 is 1. Bring down the 13, or the 3. Now I've got 13 divided by 13 is 1. 1 times 13 is 13. Anything to bring down? Nope. So I know that I'm done. But now we're done with the division. Where does my decimal go? My decimal goes straight up. So 7 1/10 is my answer there. Okay, so I want you to go through and do those 4 on your own. Show your work, bring things down, use those strategies that we have learned. Okay, Mia rides her bike 18 5/10 miles in 5 days. If she rides her bike the same number of miles each day, how many miles does she ride in one day? Describe how you can use quick pictures to find your answer. So I'm going to come, first of all, what are we going to do? We're going to just divide 18 5/10 divided by 5. So I'm just going to get the answer quickly, and then we'll go over to the assignment and see how it wants us to describe our things, okay? So knock, knock, knock. Dad's scared. He goes, gets mom. Our first digits, we're going to have 2 digits above in the quotient. So 18 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 8 minus 5 is 3. Bring down my 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 7 times 5 is 35. Okay, where does my decimal go? It goes straight up. So we know in 5 days, each day, she biked 3 7/10 of a mile. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here to our assignment, and this is number 9. I'm going to come over here to number 9. Okay, so here's the question. Mia rides, well, we know that she rode 3.7 miles. Okay, I can represent 18 5/10 miles with how many sticks? Well, how many holes do I have? I have 18 holes. And how many dots? Well, dots represent the smaller, the tenths. So how many tenths did I have? I had 5 tenths, so I'm going to put a 5 there. Then I can make 5 groups of, so what we did is we made 5, because we were dividing by 5, we put them into groups. So now it's saying, well, within your groups, how much does each group have? So then I can make 5 groups of, well, we had how many holes in our answer? Right here, how many holes? We had 3 sticks. And then how many tenths did we have? 7 dots to find the answer. So let's check that. Woohoo, we did it. Okay. All right, then the next one. Dolly buys 12 identical pens for $9.48. How much does each pen cost? So what are we going to do? We're going to divide $9.48 by 12. Okay. Next, a group of 23 friends pays $293.25 for tickets to a show. If each ticket is the same price, what is the price of each ticket? So that means that we're going to take this whole and we're going to divide it amongst 23 friends. Okay. And Tommy goes to lunch with his coworkers and the bill is $58.92. If they divide the bill equally 3 ways, how much will each person pay? So we're going to take this number and we're going to divide it by 3. Okay. Now, spiral review, add. What do we do when we add decimals? We line up the decimals. So make sure that you line up your decimals when you're adding these 2 problems. And then our last one, 35 times 2.6 and 28 times 0.68. So what are we going to do? Remember, when we multiply and ignore the decimals. And then when we get our answers, we come back and say how many numbers are behind the decimal. We move that many places to the left. Okay. I think that's about it for today, guys. Good job listening. I hope you had a good weekend. We were able to go up to the canyon today and go for a hike. And my kids were able to ride their bikes down the mountain to the mouth of the canyon. And they had a fun time doing that. So I hope you're getting out, staying safe, keeping your distance from other people, and doing well. So this is your lesson. So everybody have a good rest of your day. I'll have a couple questions up from this video. So watch for that so that you can get your points and you can be on the leaderboard. Hey guys, see you later. Bye.